A wrong night at a party, a wrong night at the club. You've seen it 1,000 times. Could ruin people's lives just by hanging with the wrong crowd. So
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Miguel and Deli Show, where you can laugh with us, cry with us, be inspired with us. I'm the one and only Miguel, and over here we have the one and only Deli, and we
Deli,
got a good show for you guys. We got a good show for you guys. But Deli, how you doing, bro?
we were just talking, man. I'm a little feeling under the weather, but here we are, man. No excuses. We gotta get, you still gotta get things done.
That's
My
right.
body
Dog,
was
you
aching
gonna
this
dog
morning.
through it, man.
Yeah, mom. Yo, my
Oh
body
yeah.
never ached like this, like with this cold. Um, with COVID still around, I wonder if, but I feel like COVID now is like the flu. So now I'm like, I didn't take no test, but I'm like, now I'm wondering. I'm like, yo, do I have COVID? But thankful I'm at the house,
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, how about you?
Yep.
I know you've been busy this weekend with some middle schoolers.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. I volunteered to help coach in a youth sports camp over at my church, and it's been cool, bro. Getting to know a lot of kids who come from all different backgrounds and even different churches or no churches, just to come and get to know sports more in a fun way, in a positive environment. And yeah, getting to work with
Wait,
kids and other
you live in
volunteers. And
Portland, or do you live in like in a town?
yeah,
Surround.
so yeah, I live in a suburb right outside of Portland.
Okay, so is it like a small town?
No, no, I'm in a big area, man. I'm in a
Yeah.
big area.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a huge, like, literally my address is technically Portland. Like, that's how close I am to the border of Portland, and my town is called Beaverton.
Beaverton.
But
Okay.
no, like, it's all clumped together. There's no space in between Portland and the suburbs around it. So it's a huge area.
What are you guys known for?
Right now, we're known for being a bunch of liberals and huge LGBTQ community.
Okay.
We're known for the riots.
Okay.
I'm a whole bunch of crazy stuff, man. I stay out of all of it, and I have love and respect for everyone.
100%.
But yeah, I stay out of all the nonsense. Like the city itself of Portland is not really popping right now.
Okay.
Not a good place to visit. Not a good place to even drive down to. For me, we stay out of Portland. Um,
Really?
but we're known for we have I think it's 8 bridges. We have 8 bridges in Portland. It might be 9 or 7, but somewhere around there. But we're known for importing things. That's why it's called Portland. Um,
Makes sense.
so yeah, things are imported here. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Um, we are no yeah. Shoot. What else are we known for? I feel like I should know for all this. We were known for Damian Lillard, but he left.
Yeah.
Dame
Yeah, I
Dollar left
just
Portland. Damian Lillard
like
is
if I was going
is
on
over in
vacation over there, what would you suggest to check out?
if don't come here.
Makes
Sadly,
sense.
sadly I'm being serious, but
Yeah.
but I mean, like, if you come over and of course, first of all, you always got a spot to visit over here, bro. You can
Appreciate
come
it.
stay at the crib. But out here in Beaverton and even Portland, whatever, there's a famous place called Voodoo Donuts, which is some pretty good donuts, unique donuts. They have like cereal on donuts and bacon on donuts, and they go hard here. We're supposedly known for our diverse food, but it's not really popping. And I used to live in Chicago. Chicago, the food was real and real diverse, and actually like culturally made instead of a bunch of Mexicans trying to make Asian food.
Yeah,
So even though it's
yeah.
fire, it's good. But um,
You ever been
yeah.
to
What
Cali?
else would you do? Yeah. I used to live in Cali. I used to live in Cali for college, and also I've visited a few
Oh,
times.
nice. Yeah, I want to go visit.
But also here, but go ahead.
I feel like over there they have like like the real food. The vendors in the street and all that. So
No,
that's
they
on
go
my
hard
bucket
over there,
list. Yeah.
especially yeah, dude, especially Mexican food because there's a lot of like real Mexicans there that whether they're there legally or not. It's all good. They got good food. Um, but also in Portland, it is beautiful though. Like the trees, the mountains, so it is a good place to hike. Big outdoor place. But it rains 9 months yeah, about 9 months out of the year. So
How's the winter
you
over
got to
there?
come at the right time. And with the winter gets cold. It gets cold. I think this year it got down to like the single digits.
You guys get a lot of
Yeah,
snow,
I think
or
it got down to the single digits. Not a lot, and there's even every now and then it just won't snow like the
yeah?
whole year.
Okay, you see, I'd rather
A lot of
take
the times
that
though we get
than
snow.
snow
Yeah,
over here.
yeah, and
It'd be blizzards over
oh
there.
yeah, no, y'all get crazy. Yeah, yeah, no, y'all get crazy, man. And yeah, but then sometimes we get snow late. Like it won't even snow until like March or April. Weird enough, bro.
That
It's crazy.
sucks.
It's weird.
Well,
It's
I seen
ridiculous.
last episode we were talking about your son. Him wanted a social media page. I see that it happened. How did that come upon?
Yeah, bro. It's first of all, it's not really like a thing that he really cares about a whole lot. Like for him, it's just like, oh, cool, whatever. Um, he doesn't care to see, how many likes or
I
comments
see.
or anything. He hasn't even really asked about it until I showed him like his first post. But it is for me at least, it's just an opportunity to build him like a platform for recruiting in the future, to get
Mm,
his little name out there and see his progress, his development. And the reason is because on my page, on my main page, I have pro baseball players and pro coaches that follow me. And so they, and me sharing it on my page and even me just posting things throughout like his whole little baseball journey so far, like his games and stuff. It just kind of starting to build those connections, those baseball connections. And because a lot of the times you can be a great player, but if you don't have the right connections,
yeah,
that you can
connections.
miss your opportunity,
That's in
because there's
life.
so many players out there, man. Right. So a lot of the times it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so yeah, just giving this kid a platform. And even if I didn't know any, pro athletes or pro coaches, even just him doing his drills and playing in his games, that's a niche, bro. Like I'm over here looking at the because I'm building the algorithm for that page to
For
just be
baseball.
all baseball, all baseball, all
I
baseball, all
told you, brother.
baseball.
Yo,
And
the content they have for the little kids, mic'd up, bro. It's so amazing. Like I enjoyed it, watching it. So I could
yeah,
just, imagine
yeah,
being like, if I knew about social media when I was younger, bro, I would have loved to, get mic'd up and just talk my thing. While I'm
yes, bro.
swinging.
Yes. Yes. And so yeah, you kind of get the idea, you get the vision. And so it just the way that me and you really know how social media works, and the rules of it, and how to kind of build Instagram's trust, right? To kind of throw you in the algorithm. It'll do well. His page will do well. It'll gain a good following eventually. And um yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. It'll build them some opportunities, but also, I forget if we talked about it on the show, but the downsides to it.
Yeah, we did.
Like we talked about the pros and the cons, and the downsides to it is, people could target you because of, your clout on social media. Like in a game, people could really like try to get you out, like try extra hard against you to expose you, and just want to see you fall,
But
and crumble. And
I feel
so
like anybody
um,
getting through that, those obstacles, that's what makes people great. So, you know, you want to be
yep,
great. It's not easy to be great. So
yep,
I feel like you have to
absolutely.
go through those things.
Exactly, bro. And what's funny is me and him, we watched the movie 42 about Jackie Robinson.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah, great movie. And he learned a lot about, the racial tensions, especially back then.
Do you think?
And
Let me stop you right there. But do you think like kids now are not aware of how things were?
uh, they're not aware. No, they're not aware, and you know what? That's kind of a good thing, because it shows where we are now.
Yeah, but
It
it
shows where
is
we are now.
it sucks. It sucks. Is it's still there. When I went to Indiana, I could see it. Uh, just with them being racist towards me, and it's crazy to see that there's places still that act like that, and it sucks.
Honestly, bro. All right, here we go. Great first
I love it.
conversation
I
for the
love it.
podcast. Here we go. I don't fully agree.
Okay.
I don't really think that racism is still alive. Now, are there just the small percentages of people who are just genuinely racist that hate black people because they're black and hate Mexicans because they're Mexican? Yes, absolutely. But for the majority, I don't believe it's a race issue. I believe it's a stereotypical issue. Just like, if you were to see somebody that reeks and has disgusting clothes, you would stereotype them with a homeless person, right? Now, here's what I mean is I believe that, a lot of the times Latinos, we paint ourselves a bad picture, uh, with, whatever it is, doing things under the table, or taking shortcuts, or whatever the case may be. Same thing with black people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times it's just like, if you didn't argue with the police officer, then maybe they wouldn't have done this, right? Now, I'm not talking about the extreme cases like George Floyd.
Yeah.
I don't want to go
Yeah.
there. I don't want to touch that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, okay, so me being Mexican, and I don't look super Mexican, so I'm not even saying I'm the best example for this. But I remember when I used to be super mega broke, driving a little beat up Honda Civic, and I
You had
got
the
pulled
Civic.
over.
You had the Civic.
I had the Civic, bro. You know what I'm saying? A little 5 speed. Shout out to the old Civic. If I got pulled over, I am not gonna. When the officer approaches, I'm not gonna crack my window and be like, "No, I can hear you just fine." Nope. What do you want? What'd you pull me over for? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take my keys out of the ignition, put them on the dashboard, and have both of my hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm in a beat down car that looks ghetto. I am a minority. Okay. So, me knowing this, I am going to erase all, stereotype from that police officer. And guess what? I ain't get no ticket. And it was no problems. And it was a great conversation.
Yeah.
And every time I've been pulled over, that's what I do, regardless of what car I'm driving or what. I always show the officer the utmost respect, because I mean their jobs are hard, bro. They never know what they're gonna walk up to. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Hundred
saying?
percent.
So I believe a lot of the times, it's not so much of racism. It's just people like, hey, you know, who commits the most homicides? What race? It's black people. And guess what? Black people don't even make up a big percentage of the population. So of course, we're giving people reasons to not trust minorities. We're giving people reasons for all these things. So, like, bro, I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna not treat two people differently, but I have different expectations of certain people based off of what I commonly see. Right, a homeless person coming up to me versus a white collar worker in a shirt and tie. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I just believe that we can't buy into racism. We can't be like, oh, racism is the problem. Like, just stop talking about racism. Stop talking about it. If we just stop talking about it, then it's gonna go away more and more and more and more. And so that's why I say it's not necessarily a bad thing that kids don't know. Eventually, should we educate them on our history? Of course, always educate on history, any kind of history, not just racial history. But I'm not going to tell my son that we are currently going through racism. I'm not.
Yeah.
Because here's the
No.
thing is people are always going to be treated differently based off of their social status, income, demographic, everything. But we're just so focused on racism that we're going to make it the biggest problem ever.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
my take.
No, no, I do agree with that part that you said. It's mostly the stereotypes. Um, yeah. The issue with the racism is, I feel like, a lot of people will play the race card just to like, benefit them, even when you know that you
Yep,
shouldn't play that race card. They'll use it,
that's the
they'll
problem.
overuse it that it becomes a problem. Where sometimes it's not even the issue that's raised; they're just using it to get out of whatever problem they want to get out of, which sucks. But,
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yep. It's unfortunate, man. Yep. Yep.
yeah, I agree. I agree with you what you say with that.
So
You
what's
got
up, bro? Are we ready to talk
ready to
about
talk
Big
about it.
Don?
Oh damn, yeah, we were talking about Big Tongue. Everything we talk about, seems like everything's happening next week. Something's
Bro.
happening with it. Um,
So I know, especially when this episode is published, we're a little late to the party when it comes to talking about, you know, the assassination attempt. But bro, let's talk about it, man.
I don't think we're never too late, man. Because um, you know, Mr. Trump, he ain't stopping nothing. He's still gonna keep rolling with the rallies. You're not stopping that man. So what's there to say they're not gonna try again? You know. So I feel like we're not late to the party because you have to have a little fear, even if you're, Mr. Trump, that hey, there's people out there trying to end my life, and it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy that the slightly movement of his head saved his life. I don't know if you've seen it. It was so little, and I guess he was looking up at some immigration stuff. I don't know what he was talking about immigration. I'm not fully aware of it, but that's what I was told. And when he was talking about immigration, he turned his head, and that's what saved his life. So I guess hey, he has to thank the immigrants, and somehow.
know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, so you're the first person that told me about it. I didn't know about it until you texted me that
Yeah,
like
because we
something
were
had
talking
happened.
about it, so I was like, I gotta let my boy know. I was like, it can't be real. Because at first
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't real, but then the social media world, they're quick with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I started seeing it, and I was like, okay, this is it really happened.
Yeah, dude.
I say
So
the race is
since
over,
then,
brother.
I've oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
That's
feel like this is what he needed
yep.
to.
Now, you just saying that this is what he needed. Okay, this brings up this question for me.
Uh,
Do you gosh, I have a couple questions about this. Let's start with this one. First of all, do you think that it was an inside job? Meaning, because I have two different point of views with this. Do you think that someone in the government was in on it to take out Donald Trump?
ooh. So you're saying they really wanted to take him out? Because
That
I
they
hear.
wanted to, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they wanted to take him out because there are certain things that he wants to change, that he has changed in the past. That if we give him 4 more years, he could probably fully change, and I think things for the better. I don't know everything though, but and they're like, nope, we want to keep it blue, we want to keep it Democrat, we want to keep the Republicans out to fully whatever destroy the family household, whatever it is,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
no. I mean, I'm a big
Um,
believer that once you get up there, man, there's talks that that only they know about, big names.
right,
So
right.
and they
Do,
have so
so
much.
do you think that that's a possibility?
No. I mean, actually, I'm not sure now that you talk about it because I heard Biden might be pulling out of the race this weekend if I'm not mistaken. Um, so maybe
Really?
if the plan didn't go all the way through, maybe that was it's time to pull because he knows it. I think everybody knows it. Like I said, I think with this whole thing that happened, Trump got it in the bag, and you see it from everywhere. I say
Yeah, a lot of
him just
Democrats, bro.
him just you know um putting his
Ironic,
fist up. Yep, he's standing.
iconic
He
moment.
yeah yeah uh yeah. A lot of I seen people comparing that fist to Hitler. What do you think about that?
Nah, bro, they're tripping. They're tripping. They're tripping. Nah, man. That's crazy. I it's crazy, bro. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I've even been listening to podcasts that host like former Secret Service people, former government snipers, and something's up, bro. The I don't know, but I so the shooter was a 20-year-old guy.
Yeah. How and he is it true he had a ladder?
There was already a ladder there to get onto the
Okay.
roof of that building. Yeah,
Okay.
there was already, I believe there was already a ladder there. And bro, it again, this is just too weird because there was supposedly either it was an epic failure by Secret Service, epic, like one of the most epic catastrophical failures from a Secret Service of all time because there are people that noticed the shooter
Yeah.
ahead of time
I
and
mean, how
had a
couldn't
full
you?
video. Huh?
I said, how couldn't you? It looked like he was just
Right.
chilling up there.
He was just there. It wasn't a super tall skyscraper building; like they could see him from ground level, and they even try to get the attention of officers and bro, epic, epic, epic failure. Either that or it was an inside job.
Yeah. I hear the inside job a lot, in the social media world. But it's what was it? 7 shots and he only hit him in the ear.
Only hit him in the air, but obviously another person in the
Yeah, yeah,
stands
yeah, yeah, yeah.
was killed, which is crazy. Now, here's my other
Uh oh.
conspiracy that I have not heard a lot of people talk about, but possibly it was Trump that set it up.
No, I heard that a lot. That's what I thought you were
You
gonna
have?
ask.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna ask that one at first. Oh,
I set up for that. I set up for that in the beginning, but I wanted to ask it later.
yeah.
But
No, no, I heard that a
yeah,
lot. Just
bro.
because I don't know if there's a lot of evidence that shows like it was planned by Trump. But like I said, man, once you get to those groups, man, only they know, and they could cover anything up too. So
Yeah, bro. Absolutely. But
so
we
they can
only
make
know what
things,
we think we know.
yeah, or what people think, But I tell you what, social media went crazy with views after every creator was making Trump creations. Hey, so I guess you gotta buy in the trend when it's there, right?
Yeah, you know what? And I'm not even a huge like, oh, this is in, so I got to do it. But this is historic, bro. There hasn't been even an attempt of an assassination in 40 years.
What do you think?
Forty.
You think he slows down on the on the gas, or he just he just goes all the way with pulling up to the rallies, still acting the same, or
Bro, he already showed up to another big event.
yeah,
He
yeah, that's
already did.
crazy.
Now it was a big indoor event, so it's a lot more manageable and high security, checking people in, sending people through the security system. So a lot more manageable, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't think he's slowing down. But I hear that there's going to be more assassination attempts on him. And but it's crazy, bro. It's crazy
Well, that's crazy to think about it because if he does win, that's another 4 years. You gotta,
when he wins.
yeah, when he wins, he is gonna win. He is gonna win.
It's in the bag, man. It's in the bag, and
Yeah.
I hear a lot of the people in the Democratic Party are like, man, that's yeah, we're gonna go for that. Like that's like he's looked at as a hero now, and as a uh, just a symbol of I don't know America.
Well, what's your whole thought about him being a criminal and running for president?
I think again, we only know what we think we know. It could have been a big thing just to sabotage him. I don't exactly know the details of the charges. I just do know it has to do with like some sort of fraud.
Yeah, I
I
know there was
believe
like 34
for his
charges.
for his businesses, yeah.
Yeah,
And again, like who knows? It could be petty stuff that everybody's doing, but they're just like, oh, since he has a good shot to be president again, let's make sure we get all the nitty gritty details and try to charge him for all this stuff. And uh, but yeah, obviously things are starting to be lessened and charged as um, what, civil instead? Is that what it was? It
I
was
think
like
so. I think that that's what they
civil.
tried doing, but I'm not sure. I know. I stopped following
Yeah,
after.
no, yeah, no. I think that got approved. I think it's
Did
civil.
it?
So it's just like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
now
so I don't think he'll yeah. So I don't think he'll look at any jail time or anything like that. But yeah, I think that was just an attempt from
to
the
collect some big
Democratic
money.
side.
To collect.
Yeah, yeah. And so no, I think that was all just little petty stuff, man. But funny enough, even that got people to turn more towards his side. So it's crazy, bro. And I think what really has paid off for Trump is his him genuinely being himself, even the
Yeah.
first time he ran.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't hiding nothing, bro. Like he no, I'm sure he's hiding stuff. We all hide stuff, especially political people. But as far as like his character, like we've never seen someone like him in the political debates, like telling people that they're ugly and stuff like that. Like we've
Yeah.
never.
The only thing
It's
I when
it's
the only thing I feel like he crossed the line was when he had a disabled guy and he was joking on him. I was like, Trump, you kind of took it too far. But that's him, brother. That's him.
that's him exactly,
Yeah. So I'm like,
exactly. That's
yeah,
that's him.
he does keep it
And so
real. You know,
yeah,
he does keep it real, and I
and
feel
so
like
like all these yeah, so all these charges and stuff, all this like, it's not like we thought that he was, this
Saint.
pastor
Yeah.
coming out with with all these, we this is Trump, you know what I'm saying? Like of course I'm sure he's doing some stuff that's not like completely you know, on the books and everything like that. Like, I'm sure he's doing some stuff that's not outrageous or harming other
Sometimes you
people,
gotta,
but
you can't follow the rules all the time if you want to win, and I
you
believe
don't,
that.
especially in politics. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
especially in
yeah.
politics, man.
Yeah.
But
Why do you think? Uh, why do you think like the immigrants hate him so much? I know that he talks about like the immigrants, but I feel like they grab onto just one thing he said and they just hate him because of that.
man, um, it's because people
Like
get too
like
personal.
like I feel bad for Biden. Like people want to vote for him, but he's not stable to keep doing this, man. He doesn't know what he's saying. It's bad. I don't know if you've seen the debate last time, but when Trump was like, "Yeah, I don't even know what he's saying." I don't think he
Yeah,
does either.
I saw clips of it.
Yeah, it's bad. So I'm
He's
like,
definitely he's yeah, he's just the face of the operation.
yeah.
He's not. There's no way he's
Oh,
competent, bro,
yeah,
to be
yeah.
making all these moves, to be running stuff. He's just the face. He's just the puppet. Um, but back to your question of immigration, bro. This is something that I feel very strongly about, and I'm definitely like on Trump's side. And this is interesting because I come from a family of immigrants,
Hmm.
right? So um, it's interesting because I think a lot of people, especially people of Hispanic heritage, and I'm sure even other, diverse ethnic heritages and cultures like Asian people and everything like that. I'm sure they have a problem because like they're like, hey, bro, my family's immigrants, like blah 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 blah. But the reason why I agree is because, uh, as a country who is struggling right now, inflation is crazy. We're in a crazy amount of debt. The crime going on, everything like that. Uh, I believe just having open doors, letting anybody come in who are taking our resources, um, and everything like that. I just feel like we need to help our country first.
First.
That we just need to help our citizens first, our people first, and it's crazy, man. And I do believe in this being the land of opportunity, and people should come here to contribute. But what people don't understand is there's a way to get into the US legally. Like this is something that I didn't really understand growing up. I just thought that the way that we had to come here was illegally. We had to find a way here and then find a way to become a citizen and have kids here that are legal citizens and everything like that. But no, there's ways to get in legally. Like you got to apply. Yes, you have to wait, but no, there are plenty of families who have done their duty of waiting their turn and being able to come over here legally and be U.S. citizens. You know, there's ways to come here legally. It's when you come here illegally, and people don't understand the stats, bro, of the crime of
Yeah.
illegal immigrants. And people think it's very low. It's not. It's high. The crime is high, and we're not even talking about the drugs being imported and all this stuff, bro. So no, I agree, man, that we need to close up the borders and people just apply, get in here the right way, and I believe there will be a significant change that way, and we will be able to take care of our people first
Fresh, yeah.
instead of people here for the wrong intentions or just wanting to be lazy and soak up government resources that taxpayers have to pay for and all the crime and everything. And I take care of our people first and not sending millions and billions of dollars to other countries. No, man. Yeah, I just think we need to take care of our people first. And that's exactly what Donald Trump wants to do. Call him
Yeah.
racist, whatever. But no, he didn't say white people. He said Americans, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of
And I
Americans,
think you see the
including
difference
me and
too.
you. Right.
You see the difference, when he was president and these last 4 years. You say
Absolutely, man.
you say immigrants.
Absolutely,
I
bro.
feel like every time somebody says immigrants, they think Spanish people, Hispanics. But there's way more, like you
Right.
said,
Right.
there's way more immigrants than just Hispanics.
Yep.
Just throwing that out there.
Absolutely, man. No, no, you're yeah, absolutely.
um, I'm gonna switch it up, brother. I've been seeing a lot of parents.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of parents leave their kids in the car, in this heat, and then yeah, yeah, and then come back and act like oh, I didn't know it was hot, or I left the AC on. Um, yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, but what's your thought on that?
Man, this opens up a big can of worms, bro, to something that's just really heavy on my heart, man.
Uh oh.
And not even just parents leaving their kids in their cars, but um, just parents just abusing their kids, mistreating their kids, neglecting their kids. It makes me sick, bro. It makes me sick to my stomach, man. Um, like when I'm doing stuff around the house, cleaning, doing dishes, I love listening to podcasts. They're
What's
mostly
your favorite
self
podcast?
help
What you
podcasts.
listen to?
I love the Albert Huberman podcasts. I love learning about psychology. And then if I just want to, listen to, some just good time type podcast, I would say, um, I would say the Flagrant podcast, but it's got to be the right guess.
That's a good one. I'll listen to them.
It's it's got to be the right guess. If it's just those dudes just goofing off, I'm not into it. But if it's a good guest that I respect, that I love, then I'm all for it. Especially people who sometimes check them on their shenanigans and everything like that,
Oh,
man. But
which one? Give me an episode that you enjoyed so I can check it out.
Shane
I pro-
Gillis,
okay, okay, I probably heard it. I'm gonna check it out
Shane
though.
Gillis, he's a comedian. He's a comedian, and a lot of times he would kind of stand his ground, and a lot of it was like in a joking way, but like he's just confident in himself. He's like, I don't need to fit in with y'all. Um, but Shane Gillis is a good example. And then there's some guests where they really try not to pull any crap because it's really like high end
Yeah,
people. Like that one guy that was running for president. I believe he's is he Indian? I think he's Indian. Ramash, I forget his name, but
oh,
I
he
really
yeah, he
like that
pulled
guy.
out soon though. He pulled out quick. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Once he found
yeah,
out Trump was good to run
yeah,
again,
yeah,
he
yeah. I
pulled out.
remember. Let me
Yeah,
take it back though.
and
Take it back. You said it was heavy on your heart before I went this way.
I'm gonna talk about a podcast.
Yeah, I heard podcast. I was like, let me see what
Okay,
he listens to.
so and then sometimes I listen to podcasts about crime events, right? Like not just like news, but like actually what happened and everything. And a lot of the times it's about like something happening to a little girl or a little boy. And bro, unfortunately, there is a lot.
Oh,
There is a
100%.
lot of mistreatment towards children by their parents, and it makes me sick. And yeah, bro, it breaks my heart, man, every time I
Yeah.
hear about it. Whether
I
you know
don't
children being left in their go ahead.
yeah, I don't do well with cases like that, brother. Like I love crime and everything, but when it comes to cases with like kids and stuff, bro, it just breaks my heart. Like the Gabriel case, forgot his last name. I don't know if it's Fernandez. It might not be, but that his mom used to beat him with her boyfriend, and the signs were there. You know, everybody let him down. Not just his mom, but the whole system. You know, uh,
Hmm.
we got to be better, and that's everyone. You know, you can't ignore signs. You know, sometimes I know it's not my business, but especially when it comes to kids, you know, I think number a rule that should be, you know, a rule that's not a rule, but you protect kids no matter if they're not your kids. You know, and yeah, like cases like that, man. Yeah, they do something to me, man. And just yeah, it sucks, man.
It does, dude. It does, and yeah. So like parents neglecting their kids in a hot car, um,
Yeah,
people
I brought that up because
deliberately abuse.
that that just happened. I think and it was in Arizona this past weekend. I think it was the dad the dad left his daughter, if I'm not mistaken, in the car. Yeah, and she died. And you know what sucks is being the other parent because they had to call his wife and break the
Right.
news to her that her daughter died because you know because of your partner's fault. And that's something that I think about. I feel like that's something that I could probably never recover from. If that ever happened to me, I could probably never forgive my partner if she, you know, does something stupid like that.
Yep. Ditto, bro. I can't. I can't try to be slick with it. Swap out my battery here real quick, but
You good,
I
brother?
can't imagine, bro. Uh, yeah, I can't imagine that. You said this was in Arizona.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I gotta do. I'm pretty. I know my lady was telling me about it. She's the one that told me. You seen that guy that left his daughter? And then I was like, no, I haven't. But I seen a lot of those cases this year, to be honest. And I don't know if it's lack of common sense or you know, stupid. I don't even know what to call it. There was one lady that left her daughter for 10 days and went on vacation to Puerto Rico. Uh, she got the life sentence though, but I could I can't imagine that. I see my daughter get hungry, you know, starts bawling her eyes out. You know, she wants the bottle. So imagine 10 days of you know dirty diapers and whoever found that baby. It's like damn, like why bring a kid to this world? If that's how you're gonna treat them, you know.
Put
Yeah,
them up for adoption. Put them up
yeah.
for
I just
adoption. Just whatever. Like if you don't want the kid, fine. Then just give them up. Give them up to adoption. Give 'em, like just something, bro. Because yeah, man, it tears my heart, man. The greatest thing that ever happened to me was my son being born,
yeah, same brother.
and it blows my mind that most people can't relate to the feeling of your world changing for the better, of this now being the best part of your life. And it doesn't mean that you should be a bum and just want to spend time with your kid nonstop and not work, but and you should still pursue your vision and your purpose. But this is the best part of your life, being a parent, especially for me, just being a dad to my son. There's nothing I cherish more. And the fact that people just treat that like nothing, the fact that people are out here harming their children and mistreating them and neglecting them, man, it yeah, it destroys me, man. It destroys me, and especially just these innocent children, man. These innocent children that yeah, but I mean, yeah, we got to do better. There's a lot of cases I know of where police didn't take 911
Yeah, that's
calls
another thing.
seriously.
I feel like they need to switch that, bro. The 24-hour missing. I feel like, I know they're busy and stuff, but I feel like that's something they have to change. Because
Yep.
24 a lot of what is it? If they don't find them in the first 48 hours, I think it's likely like they're dead. So
Yeah,
I
the
don't get how
chances
they have
of
to.
them
Yeah,
surviving. Yeah, yep,
yeah.
yep.
That's one rule that they have that I don't agree with. Because I've seen a lot of cases that they could have probably helped if they didn't wait the 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen and watched a lot of cases that, yeah, if they would have acted quickly, and some of them don't even take it serious after 24 hours.
Yeah,
Like I saw this teenage girl went missing, and cops were just like, "Oh, she probably just ran away." Da 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 da. No, she went missing, and if they would have acted sooner, then they would have had a better chance. But, bro, man, if my son goes missing, bro, sure, I'll call the police, but I'm out there.
yeah,
I don't know how I would sleep until he's found. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. There's just no way. There's no way I could
yeah.
sleep. There's
I
no way I
wouldn't
could
sleep.
rest.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't
Bro,
sleep at all.
nope. No, no, I'm doing Adderall. I don't care, bro. Like, yeah, I would do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes and go to the ends of the earth until
What do you
that
think
little
about
boy's found.
now that I'm a parent? I think different. I don't use them, but I know I could understand now why parents use them. The leash on the kids.
Oh, okay. All right. Parents, if you don't want your children to act like animals, then stop treating them like animals. Stop putting the leashes on them and stop locking them in a room because you're locking them into a cage. And that's what people do to wild animals. And what happens when they're loose from that cage? They go berserk and they'll kill somebody, or they'll just cause destruction and damage. So just because you're tired and you're lazy, it doesn't mean that you need to treat your kids like animals, because they will behave like animals. It is the most absurd thing I see when I see parents at the mall and their kids are on leashes. Either be more attentive to your kids and keep an eye on them and go chase them and do whatever you got to do, or stop going to the mall with them. But whatever it is, you got to stop treating your kids like animals. It is ridiculous. It's true, bro. Like, you treat your kids like animals, they will be animals. You treat your kids like human beings, they will be human beings. You treat them like smart, educated, logical kids, and they will become smart, educated, and logical adults. And it's all, you get out what you put in. You get out
Hundred
what you put
percent.
in. You can't expect to put in negativity with your children and somehow get out positivity. You can't put in lazy effort and somehow you expect to raise a world changer, right? Like, when I love it when these single moms call their little boys kings. Like, no, they're peasants. You're a peasant, and you're treating them like a peasant by giving them the tablet whenever they want, and they're causing problems at school, and you're like, oh, it's the school's fault. Oh, come here, king. Let's go live our king life. And stop it. You're all peasants. And
Yeah,
we just need to humble ourselves and accept where we are so we can make progress in our lives and in our kids' life, because we need to be the best so we can raise the best. And so, yeah, bro. Sorry, your leash question led to that tantrum, but
no, I love it.
um,
No, I agree.
no, I'm
You
huge
see
on
that a
that,
lot.
bro. I'm
You
huge
see
on
that a
that.
lot in school too. It's like, well, when the kid comes home and says, "Oh, the teacher doesn't like me," you know, why doesn't she like you? There has to be a reason. So it's like,
Hmm.
you gotta keep your kids on check, brother.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
You can't.
I know little Timmy is an angel. I know little Timmy is just the sweetest angel, got the halo on his head. But if he's getting calls home saying that he's misbehaving, you need to take that serious. And hey, even if you genuinely believe that he didn't do it, there's a reason why his name was brought up.
Mm,
There's a reason why his name was brought up. That's I go through the same thing. There's only one time my child his name was brought up in any sort of situation, and he genuinely did nothing wrong. But it was still a great learning opportunity for him of like you even being around this kid during recess. They were playing tag, and this kid, while they were all playing tag, this kid was like bothering another girl,
yeah.
and the other kids who were playing tag didn't know. They just thought they were playing tag. And so they all got grouped in with this kid who was bothering this other girl. And the other girl that was working, the other staff member, she was like, no, 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 it was all of them. It was all of them. And me and Marcus, Marcus just took it on the chin. He was like, whatever. He got talked to, and that was it. And I didn't try to defend him or nothing. I'm like, all right, no, go ahead. If you're gonna go off on these kids, go off on these kids. And then afterwards, I told Marcus, I'm like, this is the risk you run from associations. It is what it is. You had the best intentions. You were just playing tag, but so I'm not the type, nor should anybody else be. Of no, my son can't do anything wrong. There's no way my son would do this. There's no way my daughter would do this. Yeah, there's a chance. There's a way. Um, but yeah, man, we got to
No,
be
no, that
careful.
happens. And I'm actually glad that it happened to him when he was young, because a lot of people, it happens when they're older, hanging around with the wrong crew, um, gets them into trouble, and even trying just to fit in. I always say, be you. Because the people you're
Yep.
trying to act like, they're not gonna like you for you because you're not being you. It's that simple. Um, yeah. Um,
Right.
and it's crazy
Right.
because it could go much
No,
deeper than
absolutely.
just an incident at the playground. You see a lot of it takes like what I think like 5 seconds, 5 minutes to ruin your whole life in situations where you can't bounce back from like that. Um,
Yep.
a wrong night at a party, a wrong night at the club. You've seen it 1,000 times. Could ruin people's lives just by hanging with the wrong crowd. So I feel like that's what we should do too with our kids. Make them happy and accept them for who they are. Be happy for who you are. You don't have to be chilling with the cool kids to be cool. If you knew like,
Yeah.
and that's one thing I wish I knew earlier too. If you knew the cool kids back then that were cool, they're not so cool now. They're usually the ones and it sucks, but they're usually the ones struggling. Usually the ones living off the projects. And it's like
Yep.
you were cool in school, but look at life caught up to you, huh? And that's life, man. Life's a full circle. Everything comes back around. Sorry, I went on a
Right.
tantrum. You
Yep.
got me going
Likewise.
with that one.
Hey, it's all good, man. Let's get it. That's what this podcast is, man. Just express ourselves and just what we think and what we believe and have convictions in. And well, I have a question for you, bro.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
I don't know what sparked this in our conversation, but people pleasing. Like, was there a point in your life where you were just a huge people pleaser? And like, how did that affect you? And like what kind of changed that about you? If it did change at all, you know what I'm saying? We're
Nah, it
all
was
people
it was.
pleasers to a certain sense.
I feel like I was never a people's pleaser, but it's weird to be honest because I felt like there was times where I did want to fit in with the just the way I grew up because I did grow up in like the projects, because my mom was working all the time, so I had to stay with my aunt, and my aunt lived in the projects. So I did, try to fit in a little bit, but there was always something in me that said, "This is not you. Like this is not for you." So even though I was around this crowd, I was never like them. And little by little, I started getting myself out of there. And then in high school, that's when I learned. I was like, "Yo, the people you call nerds, these people are so cool and so dope." Um, just by the way they are as human beings and how they appreciate life and actually care about their school. And that's when I changed, and I was like, this is what life's about, not these little kids trying to be cool. So I did actually go through all that in life, and it was just because I had to be with my aunt while my mom worked that I went through all that. But I feel like if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. You know, and it sucks because they judge you just because you want to be different, and that's the thing we were talking about. I think we were talking about it the other day. It's like, oh, you think you're cooler than me just because, or you think you're better than me, and that's still those are the words they use, um, trying to get to your head, just because you do your homework. Oh, you think you're cooler than me. You go to college. Oh, you think you're better than me. And I told you that it's like at first I was like, no, like I don't, but then there comes a point in life where you gotta be like, yeah, I actually am better than you, and it is what it is, and it sucks because you had potential to be better, but you didn't. So that's on you, and you have to be responsible for all your actions and every choice. We all have choices, man. So whatever you chose 10 years from now, that could be affecting you now. But there's a quote that said, you probably know it better than me. It's the best time to start was 10 years ago, and the second best time to start is today. So why not change your life today, guys?
That's right, man. That's absolutely right. I want to say I was I would say I was a people pleaser growing up because um, I lacked so much love and attention growing up
Mm,
that I looked for it in other people. And the problem with that is, you know, people can love you one day and hate you the next day. That's not. It's just not consistent. No other person's love and acknowledgement is sustainable. You never know, right? You could be the hero one day and the villain the next day, and then you're if you aim to please everybody, you're always going to let somebody down, and the person you're going to let down the most ultimately is yourself, right? And I have this saying. I don't know where I heard it. I wish I could give someone credit for it, but how do you plan to stand out if you're always trying to fit in,
mm.
right? And we have a hard time letting go of the friend group. We have a hard time letting go of pleasing everybody, making everybody happy, trying to get everybody to love us. We have a hard time letting go of that and going off and doing whatever it takes to bring your vision into reality, to make moves for yourself. And what we lose sight of is that's actually what's going to help all these people you care about the most. It is, right? Because I have a lot of siblings, right? I have 8 siblings.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I have a lot of siblings, bro. Mostly younger siblings. 6 are younger than me, 2 are older. And, not even siblings, but old friends, other family members. I would try to extend my arm and help them a lot. Like young cousins I have, just whenever I'd be home visiting, especially with like my platform now and the whatever success I've achieved, they just think that I have all the answers to life. And so I give advice, whatever. And then that advice is never taken, right? Because it always sounds good. Advice always sounds great, but implementing it into your life and actually doing something with it is a whole other thing, right? So I finally got tired of it. I'm like, you know what? Clearly, spending all this time on trying to help people make the right moves, clearly it's not working. So the best thing that I can do is make the right moves for myself, reach my goals, bring my vision into reality so I can lay out that blueprint. So I can leave a trail for others of how to do this and what to follow. And so ultimately, if you're a people pleaser, the best way to ultimately not please them, but do what's best for them, which is a form of pleasing them, is achieving your dreams, is achieving your goals, is living the life that you want to live. That's for the better of the world and yourself. Then that is the ultimate way to help people, to help the ones you love, and to help people that you'll never meet, is by doing what's best for yourself. right? And not saying just be a selfish butthole, but no, man, just really dropping the I need to please everybody right now. I need to
Yeah.
get everybody on my side. Or here's a big one. I need all these people to support my vision before I can get started on it.
Yeah,
And the sad reality with that, and you know this, is that nobody's truly going to believe in your vision until it's already achieved.
100%.
Meaning that ain't nobody going to believe in you, bro. So you're going to be waiting forever, right? So yeah, bro. I just and I broke free of that people pleasing probably towards the middle or end of my teenage years when I really realized that nobody truly cares about you. Maybe your parents, maybe not maybe, but your spouse when you get a spouse, or you pick the wrong spouse if they don't care about you. Um, but
and that's the scary
but
part.
yeah, yeah, bro. But outside of those few people, nobody really gives a crap about you. Nobody really cares about you. So while you're over here trying to get them to like you, trying to please them, they're over here living their lives. They want to do what's best for themselves. And so, yeah, man.
No,
Once I adopted that mindset, I was really able to soar in my life, and it's paid off for other people way more than me trying to just chop at the wood and all these small relationships in my life, going out of my way, the midnight phone calls till 3 in the morning of like talking them off a ledge, um, and them stepping off that ledge anyways. You know what I'm saying? Not literally, but like whatever the dumb thing that they're thinking about doing, they do it anyways. And so I'm just like, nope, I'm going to save my time and use that time to be effective, to inspire you, to teach you the way out. And if you don't want to take it, sorry, I can't want it for you. So, but yeah, bro, that's
no,
my
I'm glad.
that's my people pleasing take.
I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like I'm now realizing, um, can't please your parents. Um, I feel like that's what we do a lot as especially in the Hispanic household. It's like, oh, I want to please what your mom would like to you to do, and I was just realizing, analyzing that it's like I've been this person for so long. Am I even that person, or is that just me trying to please, what my mom would like? Um, and those are just 3 in the morning thoughts in my head. Um, and it's like I think I'm finally starting to break through that. It's like I'm gonna do what I want and what makes me happy, rather than even if she doesn't agree with my decision in life. Um, she doesn't have to. She might be upset, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm happy, and it's like if you truly love me, you should be happy that I'm happy. And or I would like to think so because that's how I think with my kids in the future.
Yeah.
Um, if you're happy, hey, even if I don't like your choices, if you're happy, I'm gonna be happy that you're happy. And yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like a lot of like I said, in the Spanish household, we struggle with that. Um,
No, absolutely, bro. And with that is it also, I know we're running out of time here, but it also comes down to just being misunderstood. Where a lot of us aren't willing to be misunderstood, right? Like your parents, even though they love you, I hope they do, but even your parents love you and they want what's best for you, and so them not supporting what you're doing, it's their way, and they truly believe that it's in your best interest to try to talk you off of that goal, to try to talk you off that idea, that dream, that risky vision that could lead to failure. They think it's in their best interest to talk you out of it. So for anybody, for anyone trying to be great, you have to be willing to be misunderstood, even if it's by your family. And the problem is we're not willing to do that. We're not willing to have everybody against us as we're working on this vision, as we're day in and day out putting in the work taking the courses, studying, buying the books, all these things. Like they're just like, what are you doing? Like you could be spending your time just, finding a nice, safe, stable job. And whatever. I suggest that you get a job to support yourself in the meantime, but be willing to be misunderstood, and who knows, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, they'll finally understand what you were doing, right? And they'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. Maybe they won't, but
Yeah.
you just, we got to be willing to be
Maybe they
misunderstood.
won't, but one thing is you yourself, your feelings, um are you willing to live with that regret your whole life that you didn't go for it? You know, are you willing to be in your deathbed and wonder how your life would have been if you went for your dreams and chase your dreams? And
Mm,
sometimes you don't know how far you are away from them. That's the cool and scary part, because you could be a whole year could make such a difference. And if you have that tunnel vision, go for it. If whatever dream you have, there's so many dreams out there. Um, keep dreaming and go for it. And I promise, if you stick to it, hard work, it's gonna pay off. Um, you
yeah,
know, just go for it.
absolutely.
Are we ending it like that? Or are we doing the what is it? The ugly and the beautiful, the beauty and the ugly,
The beauty in the struggle.
the beauty and the struggle. I'll go first this time,
Go for it, bro. Come on.
man. Beauty and getting sick, man. You don't realize how good life is, when you're just healthy. Even getting up, when you're sick and your body hurts, yeah, it sucks, man. But so I feel like the ugly makes you look, how beautiful life can be when it's the little things, man. It's the little things. Health. So that's
Bro,
me
I
this
couldn't agree
weekend,
more,
brother.
man. Bro, man, I couldn't like you. Gosh, why are we like this, bro? Why do we take just the littlest things for granted? Like just health, like just me being able to breathe right now with no
I keep see.
pain.
I can't do that right now.
You see, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to boast here and brag about my current good health, but it's so true, bro. It's so we take the littlest things for granted, and we blow up the smallest things that are really minor in life. Um, so no, bro, I feel you there, man. But for me, I want to just a long week, bro. Like helping with this kid sports camp. Um, it's not always convenient, bro, to give your time. It's not always convenient to give your time and give your efforts, but it's rewarding. You know, Even if it's not monetary wise, just it's rewarding to see, especially young kids. Because you never know what they're going through at home. You never know, and this is something that I thought big time when I was working at my son's school. Is a kid being there at school could be the most stable and safe part of their entire day, and I never took that for granted. I always tried to you know make school or make camps like this a great fun experience for kids that can give them hope regardless of what situation they're in, man. So um yeah, man, that's the beauty and the struggle right there. The beauty and the ugly, man, is just you know um giving your time, giving your efforts, and but for an amazing reward, even if it's not in your life, but if it's in other people's lives, man, because you never know that trickle down effect, of who those people can go off and help, even their own family. So,
Mm.
yeah, bro, that's me.
I love it, brother. And we end it like that.